Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Clara and today I want to delve into the topic of impulsive buying and share with you some questions that I ask myself before purchasing an item. Now, hopefully this will allow you to buy more consciously and simply stop buying the things that you don't need. Okay, so let's start by breaking down what it means to impulsively buy something. According to Shopify, impulse buying is the sudden and immediate purchase of a product without any pre-shopping intention. So it occurs after shoppers experience the urge to buy and is often spontaneous without any hesitation. Impulse buying can be known as the power of temptation. Now, when you shouldn't be doing something but simply can't help yourself, let's look at why we may be inclined to impulsively buy items. First, our emotions. Emotional state, whether positive or negative, is a key factor in affecting consumer buying behavior, triggering us to ultimately make that impulse buy. I'm sure that we've all heard of the term retail therapy. Now, usually this term is associated with preceding feelings of negativity such as stress, anger, sadness, and even fatigue, and justified by carrying out this consumer behavior, one that will be able to manage their mood and make them feel better. We can also look at this from the flip side of the perspective. Happiness can also be seen to precede an impulsive purchase, producing feelings of pleasure and joy. My husband always used to hear me saying, "Treat yourself," as my justification of my purchases, and looking back, it was almost as if I used this to justify the impulsive purchases. Usually these were after moments of feeling high from happiness, such as receiving a big check, accomplishing a big goal, and I really use this to justify my purchase as a reward for the happiness that preceded. The next one is self-control. It is also believed that impulsive buys are linked to a lack of self-control. It's almost as if when one feels the desire or want to buy, their self-control fails and then the buyer purchases without hesitation. So in this case, desire outweighs self-control. So here are some extra bonus tips that can help you take control. Number one is have a clear shopping goal in mind. Go with a list of items that you need to purchase that day. Maybe it's a grocery list, or maybe it's that you create a list of clothing items that you need in your staple wardrobe and only purchase those things. Tip number two is monitoring and tracking your spending. So what I used to do, which probably a lot of you can resonate, is I would avoid looking at my bank accounts simply because I was scared to see all of the money that was coming out, which actually does more harm than good in the long term. So when you start to bring awareness to your financial situation and start to monitor your finances, you're actually going to be less likely to make that impulse buy, as you can see what is going in and out of your accounts, and it allows you to stop spending out of your means. Number three is heightening self-awareness and identifying the common denominator. What I mean by that is take a look at the impulse buys that you've made in the past and think about why maybe you made that purchase so that you can avoid doing that in the future. And the next thing are past experiences. Past experiences when purchasing items can lead to impulse buying. Okay, so what the heck does that even mean? By this, I mean that if you have bought an item in the past that has maybe brought you feelings of joy, for example, like a new pair of jeans or a really good chocolate bar, this purchase is going to be associated with a sense of emotional gratification, causing this impulse purchase to be considered something good that you want more of. So let's take a look at this example that I feel like my husband and I face each day. So to give you a little backstory, we love having café da tarde, which is a Brazilian tradition where we eat coffee and cake every single afternoon. So when we see a bakery with a lot of delicious pastries, it's just hard to resist. So our brains in this situation begin to activate, feeling that strong desire to purchase and eat that cake. So these urges are stimulated by the smell of the bakery, maybe the positive past experiences that we've had maybe in Brazilian bakeries. So we buy the coffee and sweets without thinking twice about it. By looking at this example, my past experiences that I associate with this purchase of coffee and cake allows my brain to come to an impulsive decision based on the following things. A, it's the concept of eating cake. B, the positive effect generated by me eating the cake. And C, the repeated patterns of behavior that led to this positive effect that it's having on me, causing us to buy the cake and the coffee and not think twice about it. So that being said, here are 8 questions that I ask myself before making a purchase. Is my husband gonna kill me or is he not gonna kill me? So number 1, will this purchase serve a purpose, add value, and or bring me joy to my life? I love to ask these 3 different things because depending on what you're buying, it serves a different purpose for you, and all of those things are valid. Number 2 is, what are the consequences if I don't buy this item? For this example, I like to use a gym membership. If I don't purchase this gym membership, what are the consequences? It might be that I have to run outside in the winter time and it's really, really cold. Maybe it's that I have to make a little gym on my floor and that I don't have space. That may be consequences that I'm not willing to take, thus justifying that I should just go ahead and purchase the gym membership because it's going to be good for my health anyways, and hopefully inspire me to move my body, which is a good thing all around. So I just talked myself into purchasing the gym membership. Question number 3 is, can I afford the item? So looking at whether this item will put you in debt or whether you actually have enough money in your debit account will help you make that decision if you're willing to make that purchase now or if you can wait until you actually have that physical money there. So number 4 is, am I just buying this item because it's on sale? I used to do this a lot. I feel like, especially with my clothing, you just see this shirt that's like $5 and you're like, I just need to buy 6 of them. When in reality, I probably just stopped using those shirts very quickly and just threw them away, which is really not a sustainable thing. So are you buying it just because it's on sale or do you actually need it? Question number 5 is, does this product have good reviews? This is something that I check very often on Amazon, on Google, on YouTube. Whatever you're investing in, you want to make sure that other people are liking it as well. And if they're not liking it, why aren't they liking it? So you can find a better brand that kind of suits everything that you need. Question number 6 is there an alternative to this item? So maybe there's something cheaper, or maybe there's something that's more durable, depending on what you want. Some things it's okay to buy cheaper, but other things it makes more sense to spend more and buy for the longevity rather than just buying it because it's cheap and then it breaks and then you have to buy 20 more of them. Like the razor that I bought for my husband on Amazon wasn't great. So we ended up having to throw that one away and then having to buy another one for, I think it was $50. So in total, we didn't just buy the more expensive razor. We ended up buying the cheaper one that broke and the more expensive one, totaling at probably around $65, right? So is there an alternative item? And if there is it worth buying the alternative or should you just go for the one that you want? Question number 7 is, would I buy this item a week from now, a month from now, or a year from now? Now, a lot of people that I heard go with a 30-day rule. So whenever they feel impulsively drawn to buy something, they'll try and wait for 30 days to see if they still need it. I think that's really awesome to think about. I don't really give myself a a limit on how many days, but I like to just think about it as the weeks pass. If I don't think about that item anymore, it really means that I don't care about it and I wouldn't use it. But if I'm always looking to go buy that item or get that item and I don't have it, maybe that means it's time for me to just suck it up and buy it. For example, for clothing, I find it really hard for me to just jump on a purchase. What I like to do is create a Pinterest board, create outfits that I like, and if this piece comes up in multiple items, then I just go ahead and do it. Last but not least, question number 8, which is how much time will I have exchanged for the money spent on this item? So if I work with an hourly wage of $15 an hour, and I really want to purchase the new iPhone, which is $2,000. In this case, if I'm rounding up the values, I will potentially have to work 133 hours to purchase this iPhone. If that is worth it to you, you can make the decision, but by looking at exchanging the amount of time that you work for the money that you're spending on this item, it can give you a better perspective on whether it's worth buying for you or not. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and took a lot of value from it. So if you did, please like and subscribe and leave in the comments below, what is your weakness when it comes to purchasing things? As you guys know, mine is coffee and cake. So what is yours? Leave it in the comment below and I will see you in the next video.